The show may have sex in its title, but at its core, it's all about friendship.
It never goes down, does it? Look, it's still hard. Yeah.
Gummy bear, please.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best friendship moments on Sex and the City.
Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're counting down the most heartwarming scenes from the show that make us want to go hug our besties. Number 10. When Carrie needs her friends after Aiden breaks up with her. One of the most controversial story arcs in the show's history was when Carrie had an affair with Big while she was dating Aiden.
But the guilt of lying to Aiden was like a hangover I couldn't sleep off.
Not all of her friends condoned her actions, and just like the viewers, they understandably had their reservations about what she was doing.
If it was me and my boyfriend was sleeping with somebody else for 3 weeks, I'd want to know about it.
But when it came down to it, and Aiden broke up with her at Charlotte's wedding to Trey, Carrie knew that she could lean on her girls when she really needed it, without any judgment. She was confident they would accept her despite her flaws, and she was right.
It's hard to find people who will love you no matter what.
Number 9. I'm There. After Carrie and Aiden break up and the affair with Big finally ends, Carrie decides that she wants to meet up with Big in order to get some closure.
Since when does Big talk?
What does that mean?
Miranda thinks she's making a terrible decision and should stay as far away from him as possible.
Jesus, every time you get near him, you turn into this pathetic, needy, insecure victim, and the thing that pisses me off the most is that you're more than willing to go right back for more.
The two women end up getting into what is probably the most significant fight they have throughout the series. Carrie, of course, has to make her own mistakes, but at the last minute she calls Miranda to get her support. Even though Miranda hasn't changed her tune, she lets Carrie know that she'll be there for her no matter what.
But if I'm totally wrong and it is a huge mistake, I need to know you'll be there for me.
I'm there.
Number 8. Sam defends Charlotte. In season 1, when the girls head out of town for a baby shower, no one is more enthusiastic than Charlotte.
Hey guys, wait for me! Oh my God.
But when she finds out that their old friend is planning on using the baby name that she invented for her unborn child, she is not gonna stand for it.
Shayla? Did you say Shayla?
It's so unique, isn't it?
It's so my name.
Samantha misses the entire exchange, but when she hears Charlotte raise her voice, she comes in from another room and quickly jumps to her defense. We all know Sam couldn't care less about baby names, but she will do anything for her friends. And that is just one of the many reasons we love her.
You bitch. Let's go.
Number 7. You're My People. In the show's final season, the creators introduced a more serious storyline than fans were used to. When Samantha is diagnosed with breast cancer, a somber tone is added to the plot. And the fact that her diagnosis comes during the same episode as Miranda's wedding makes for an interesting juxtaposition.
He found a lump, and I had it biopsied, and it turns out I have cancer.
Sam doesn't want to spoil the day with her news, but when she tells Miranda that they'll talk later and she should go back to her people, Miranda replies with a line that pretty much encompasses the whole series perfectly.
You are my people, and we'll talk about it now.
Number 6. Carrie acts as Miranda's labor coach. Carrie isn't exactly the maternal type, but neither's Miranda. That's why when Miranda goes into labor, she wants Carrie by her side the whole way through.
Hi, I'm in labor. Meet me at Mount Sinai at 99th and 5th.
Despite the fact that it's Big's last night in New York and they have a whole evening planned, Carrie knows that her friend needs her more.
Carrie?
In the end, Carrie provides the exact support Miranda needs, telling both her nurse and eventually Steve to cool it when they get too emotional during the birth. Hey, what are friends for?
Nurse.
Number 5. Carrie supports Miranda at her mother's funeral. The girls' parents are rarely involved in their storylines, but in one season 4 episode, Miranda's mother suddenly passes away, leaving her shocked and bereft.
My mom died. Oh my God. Yeah.
Of course, in typical Miranda fashion, she tries to keep things bottled up. but her friends can tell that there's more going on below the surface and struggle to give their condolences in the right way.
I guess the first thing we should do is send some flowers.
Right.
Or a fruit basket.
During the funeral, Miranda becomes visibly emotional, and rather than watch her friend walk down the aisle of the church alone, Carrie jumps out of her seat to join her at the last minute. Carrie always knows what Miranda needs and knows when she needs it. Number 4, Charlotte giving Carrie her engagement ring. When Charlotte's marriage to Trey ends, she's unsure of what to do with the expensive engagement ring he bought her.
I was thinking maybe I'd turn it into a necklace.
Simultaneously, Carrie finds out that she's gonna have to buy her apartment from Aiden if she wants to stay there. Carrie scrambles to come up with the money, and ultimately, Big offers her the amount she needs for her down payment, but she isn't willing to accept it. Though it's a struggle for her, Charlotte offers Carrie her engagement ring in the end, because she knows that her friend needs the money more.
Will you take the ring? I will. Thank you.
Number 3, right behind her. Charlotte had been dealing with fertility issues for much of the 4th season before Miranda finds out that she has unexpectedly gotten pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
When Miranda tells the group that she doesn't plan to keep the baby, Charlotte cannot handle it, and the two end up in a huge fight when they can't seem to see eye to eye.
You're not even going to consider having it?
This is not in my plans right now, and I really feel awful talking about this in front of you.
When they run into each other, however, they still aren't quite on speaking terms when Charlotte shares some bad news.
I can't get pregnant.
If I can, you can.
No, I can't.
Despite their disagreement, Miranda walks home with Charlotte, and even though she doesn't turn back, she knows her friend is right behind her. Number 2, when Miranda meets Carrie at their place. In the first episode of the 2nd season, Carrie is still getting over her breakup with Big. She tries dating someone else, but nothing can make her forget him. At the same time, she ends up having a big fight with Miranda.
How does it happen that 4 such smart women have nothing to talk about but boyfriends? It's like 7th grade with bank accounts. What about us?
When you see Carrie making a tearful phone call at a payphone, asking the person on the other end of the line to meet her at their place, viewers first assume she's talking to Big. When she arrives at the coffee shop, it's not Big waiting for her there, but Miranda. Talk about a heart-melting moment. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I don't want to be a free agent. Don't you want to judge me just a little bit?
Not my style.
You are stunning and intelligent and funny. And what is she? Married. That's all.
I can stay here and write about my life, or I can go with him and live my life.
You mean his life? Carrie, I love you. Come on.
Number 1, when the girls choose each other as soulmates. One of the show's most devastating episodes features Carrie attempting to celebrate her 35th birthday, but encountering issues when it seems that all of her friends have bailed on her.
20 minutes later, still no party.
She's left alone at a restaurant, questioning whether she's truly happy being single, and is forced to wonder if she needs a man in her life.
The longer I sat at that table, the more alone I felt, and it really hit me. I am 35 and alone.
With her trademark eternal optimism, Charlotte chimes in with a suggestion that ultimately becomes the running theme of the rest of the series. She proposes that they be each other's soulmates, and just let men be the auxiliary figures in their lives.
Don't laugh at me, but maybe we could be each other's soulmates.
There's no moment sweeter, and even cynical Sam is able to get on board.
35.
Oh, shut the up. I'm 140.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.